Hello, friends. Welcome to Tori Talks TV, and welcome to Murine. This is our review of Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 1. And Episode 1 is called Two Swords.
Two Swords.
Appropriately.
Yes.
And why?
Well, in the pre-credit sequence, which now there's a pattern, they only do this in the first episode.
Yeah.
And so Tywin is having ice, which is Ned's sword, melted down into two swords. Yes. One's longer and one's shorter. And it's like wrapped in like a wolf skin.
Sicko.
Yeah. And then he gives one to Jaime, who has just come home.
Finally, he's back.
Finally.
Right,
That's
exactly.
what Cersei would say, finally.
Exactly. Yeah.
About time.
It took forever.
Yes.
All right, so then also another Lannister, Tyrion, he's welcoming the Dornish, because now we get to meet a new character, Prince Oberyn. A little bit of a stud. Yeah. But he's there to avenge his sister, who was raped and killed by the Mountain on Tywin's order.
Yes,
that is what he says.
That is what he thinks, and he is using the excuse of being invited for the wedding. Yes. So all these people are coming for the wedding, so he's like, I'm gonna like figure out what happened and get my revenge.
I'll seek revenge.
Yeah, because he can't just come to King's Landing for no reason.
Right.
That would be suspicious.
Obviously. Good one.
A wedding is a good excuse to investigate a murder.
Totally.
Yes.
Multitask. Okay. So back to our girl Dany. Yes. So she's there with her dragons who are growing.
I love how each season we see them grow and mature.
What are they, like teenagers now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dragon years.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of hot rods. So on the way to Meereen, yes, they see 163 mile markers along the way.
Yeah, it's the saddest. It's one of the saddest
and they
images.
Have like
they're girls.
Little girls.
On like a crucifix pointing the way.
Like what kind of sicko would do that?
Yes. So Dany's very, very upset about this, obviously.
Disturbed by it. Yeah, exactly. Rightfully so.
More to come on that.
Yes, exactly. So then Sansa, let's check in with Sansa. So at this point, she has learned that her mom and brother have been killed at the Red Wedding. So she's like starving herself because of the grief that she's feeling. And, you know, she still has Shay as, like, her, you know, assistant, her PA, her personal assistant. Anyway, speaking of Shay, she somehow ends up in Tyrion's bed.
She keeps showing up in Tyrion's bed, and we know that Tywin has threatened to kill the next whore that he finds in Tyrion's bed. So every time we see her in his bed, we're like, Shay, we don't want him to kill you.
Like, be cool.
Be cool.
Yeah.
But she's spotted this time.
This time she was spotted by a very
so I'm worried.
Nosy lady who should mind her own business, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes.
So then Jaime. Yes. Okay, and I do feel bad for Jaime Lannister. He got his hand cut off. Yeah. Last season, right? Yes. So now he's getting his new hand. He got it, right?
It's a golden hand.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So now he sees his sister / lover Cersei.
And she rejects him.
Totally rejected him.
And why do I feel bad?
I felt bad too.
And it's like, but they're incestuous and we're supposed to think that's disgusting. But then I feel bad that his sister doesn't want to have sex with him.
It's like at this point we have to block out the fact that they're related.
It's very difficult.
To feel okay about this.
I feel like my moral compass is like all messed up.
It's broken. Because now we're just accepting them as a couple.
Yes.
Fine. They're twins. They're brother and sister, but let's just throw that out and just like be blinded to it.
Don't be mean to Jaime. He's been through a lot. He's grown.
Just kick him while he's down, Cersei. And then she's like, "Oh, by the way, you took too long to get back home." Yeah. He's like, "What the?"
Yeah, because he was just like goofing off or something.
Right. He's just playing around with Brienne. Like, you know, they're just having a little road trip. No big deal. She's so heartless. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't want to talk about her anymore. So let's go and talk about Ygritte. And her, you know, group of wildlings. So they stumble upon another group of weirdos.
The Fen tribe.
Yes.
That's what and they have all these scars on their faces.
Yeah, why do they have scars?
They must do that to themselves because they're crazy. Because they're all in a pattern. It's not like those are accidental scars.
Right, they do that.
Yeah, so that they can scar.
Make them look tough or something.
Scar patterns on their face.
Because
they're gross.
That's the thing to do.
Yep.
Apparently. And apparently they, like, eat people?
They eat people.
Specifically?
Crow.
Yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you. Weirdos. And then Jon, our sweet Jon Snow. So he's back at Castle Black. And he, like, gets questioned for killing Halfhand.
Yeah, so he comes with 3 arrows in him.
By the way, guys, anybody notice?
Yeah.
I was just shot.
Yeah, but you killed Halfhand!
Right.
Yeah, and he has to, like, explain to them why he admits that he laid with a wildling woman.
Putting it mildly. Who just shot him with arrows.
Shot him with 3 arrows, yeah.
That was sad. Yeah. So he's trying to warn them about the united group of 100,000 wildlings that are coming their way.
That's a lot of wildlings.
That's a
that
lot.
are united.
I know.
Against them.
You know. Well, he's doing his best here. He's trying to help him out.
Yeah.
All the while recovering from, being shot by his
3
lover.
arrows.
That's totally normal, right? Like, that's what they face, right?
Band-Aid. Shut up.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about this really cool chick named Olenna. I love her. What a sassafras.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So she's talking to Marjorie about the wedding that's about to happen. And then Brienne.
She's been hanging out.
She's there.
Because she came with Jaime.
Right. Because he saved her.
He saved her.
Yes. And she tells Marjorie of the shadow that killed Renly.
Yeah. Her ex-husband. Well, not ex. Whatever they call it. Late husband?
Yes.
Dead.
Sure.
That's her husband.
Yeah.
Renly.
Renly.
She was with him.
I didn't know that.
You did. You forgot.
I did. It's been a long night. Anyway. Yeah. So she's trying to tell him, like, what happened with the whole smoke monster.
Yeah. The one that burst out of Melisandre.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks like Stannis.
She couldn't get more gross.
Yeah, see, it all comes together now.
Putting things together.
See, Loras was Renly's lover.
Oh, yes.
But Marjorie is his wife. So she wanted to, like, warm him up so that he would impregnate her.
That's right.
Yeah, see,
but he likes dudes.
Full circle. That's why Brienne's telling her. Otherwise, it would really be like, really?
What's the point?
Why are you telling me this?
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm good. Anyway, so at a very random moment, Sansa is approached by this jester. That she, he saved on Joffrey's name day.
Yeah, the one she saved. He wanted to kill him, and she, like, saved him. Yeah.
I know.
So
and he was, like, very much like, thank you so much. I owe you.
Yeah.
There's a little, I owe you. A little verbal I owe you.
Remember.
One day. I got you, girl. Yeah.
Forget.
So obviously that's supposed to be, like, a big deal, because we're like, why else would this happen?
Planting
so we're like,
the seed.
Okay, something's about to happen with that. Right. So then another Stark sister, Arya, is with the Hound, which is a really funny pairing in my opinion. They're kind of similar.
They are.
They're both tough and independent and kind of sociopaths at this point. Kill people and enjoy it. Yeah.
So at this point, once they got to the Red Wedding and they learned that, he wasn't going to get a ransom from her mom.
Yeah.
I'll take you to your auntie at the Vale and let's try my luck there.
Gotta make money somehow.
Yeah. So along the way, they meet the guy who took her sword needle that Jon had given her.
Jerk.
Yeah. So in that whole scene at the tavern, and he like wanted to eat the chicken.
He really wanted some chicken. The Hound was starving at that point. He's like, just enough chit chat. Where's my chicken? I get it. Like he got hangry. That's fine. I give him a pass on that.
He's already bad enough, but don't deprive him of his chicken. So in this scene, Arya gets her sword back and like kills this guy. And the look on her face, though, that really stood out to me. She was just like really, really happy.
She's in it now, She's in the Game of Thrones. She does what she has to do to get by.
Yes.
Sweet girl.
Yes.
Did you notice that they keep saying the war is over?
Yes, and I keep saying, what are you people, crazy?
It's just begun!
You killed Robb at the wedding, but that doesn't mean the war's over. Well, there's still Stannis out there.
True.
And I mean, okay, so is he a serious threat? I don't know. But he's still out there. And he's at war. Dany's out there. But more importantly, north of the wall, we know. Those White Walkers. So these silly people.
So I don't know what war you think is over, but it's very much here. And it's going to happen for a while. So, hey, that brings us to the end of episode 1 of season 4 of Game of Thrones. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time when we review episode 2 of Game of Thrones season 4. See you then.